Okay, we're recording. Hi guys, hi everyone. Thank you so much for being on Generation Y call also this week. So today Tasha isn't with us because she's busy with a photo shooting, but I'm here as always. And Rebecca also is gonna help me with sharing a little bit about what we do. My name is Silvia. I'm Italian. I'm from Italy, but I live in New York. So sorry for my accent. It's always still very bad, but be patient with that. I'm 30 years old. I'm a makeup artist. That is my main career. And I've been in Juice Plus for the past year because I actually started last year, April 1st. So today I'm gonna share with you a little bit about why I love the products, how these products actually really impacted on my life and on my family's life. And together with Rebecca, we're going to talk also about a little bit how the business impacted and is impacting on our lives. So as I told you, I got to know the products around 1 year ago. I thought I was already very, very healthy. I thought I was the healthiest that I could be. Which is not really my past, because in the past I suffered with eating disorders for 9 years. So I was anorexic and then bulimic. So I went through a lot of different issues with food, where food went to be my enemy and then my addiction. I really struggled in my life to find, let's say, a balance and a good relationship with food. And that's what inspired me at some point of my life to find a really healthy lifestyle, something that is sustainable in the long term and that can assure me, yes, a nice look, but also a good quality of life. So a good health that can help me building a healthy family. That's what my vision is, health-wise. So I started a few years ago eating healthy and working out. I'm a lot into fitness. And when I got to know Juice Plus, I thought nobody had anything to teach me about that. I was already eating healthy all the time, working out, being active, staying hydrated. I was like, hey, I don't even need this. But I am a curious person, so thank God I decided to look into the product, into the researches, and it immediately made sense to me. I think we really all know that we need more fruit and vegetables, and we all know that we could benefit of having a higher intake of fruit and vegetable. It's something that makes sense to every one of us. It's something that my grandma used to repeat to me. So it's not something new. It's something that we always knew. My grandma, now she would be like 95. So she's definitely a different generation, but she raised me saying every day, eat more fruit and vegetables because they prevent diseases. She didn't even know why, because we didn't have that kind of information that we can really have access to today. But it was something that she knew already and she was completely sure about. Now, like nowadays, we have access to so many information, so many clinical researches. So we are definitely more aware of everything that concerns our health. But still, on the other side, we have such a busy, crazy life that it's like on one side we know much more what we need, what we would need, but on the other side it's always more and more difficult to actually eat what we know we should eat. And that's something I was guilty too also, even if I really tried my best to have the best diet I could. But I was working like 15 hours a day, so many times just difficult to actually fit all the nutrients you need into a busy lifestyle. And so it just made sense to me to find such a convenient way to eat 30 kinds of fruit and vegetables every day in 20 seconds in the morning. So I was like, this just makes sense. It can't do any harm. It can only help. And what I found is that we have so many issues, health issues, wellness issues that we consider normal, but they're not. So, for example, I used to suffer with migraines. very, very bad migraines. When I had migraines, I used to lose the sight from these eyes, so it was really a big problem for me also at work. But my reaction to this kind of issue was just, I suffer with migraines. That it is what it is, you know, it's how I am. I will always suffer with migraines. I can just take painkiller when I have a migraine and that's it. I never thought I could really impact on my health at that point, at that level. And I don't know if it's just something about our culture. We are always so busy and so much in a rush that we basically try to find quick fixes for everything. We don't really take time to go deep into something and see what the cause is and what we can really do to fix something in a long term. We try to find a quick fix. And so that's what happened to me with the migraines. I would just take a painkiller and that's it. And after 2 days, it would be the same again. Same thing for my skin. I'm a makeup artist, so my skin is definitely something I have to pay attention to because, you know, it's my canvas. So I was working in retail, so my face was basically the window of the store. Like it was the first advertising that my customers would see. So my skin needed to look good and clear, and it wasn't. Not only because I was wearing makeup every day, because actually the makeup we wear today is not really that bad for the skin, but it was because I wasn't really taking care of my skin inside out. I was buying skincare, buying makeup, but I wasn't really looking what I could actually do to improve my skin in the long term. And that's something I found out just after starting taking Juice Plus. After 1 month, my skin was completely different, completely clear. Now I don't even wear foundation anymore. And my migraines were gone. And that is something that was completely mind-blowing for me. And I didn't even notice at the beginning. After 1 month, I remember telling my husband, you know that I don't have migraines anymore. It was something so normal for me that I didn't even consider that that could change. You know what I mean? We are forced to consider things normal and they are not. It's just that we're not doing what we would need to do. So I just kept my diet clean as before. I was already eating healthy. I kept working out. The only change that I did into my life was to start taking Juice Plus. So started taking the capsules and the shakes. I'll show you also. The capsules I'm talking about, these are my magic friends. So they are just capsules. And this is not a supplement. This is not a medicine. This is just whole food. There is only food in here. So literally just fruit and vegetables, dehydrated. They just dehydrate, take away the sugar, the fiber, and leave only the phytonutrients. And all the phytonutrients are reduced in powder and put in capsules. And that's it. It's so easy. You can literally eat 30 kinds of fruit and vegetables in 20 seconds. Doesn't matter how busy, how crazy your day is, you don't know where you will be during the day, when and if you will able to eat. Well, you know that you've had your fruit and vegetables in the morning. And that's such a big, huge change. Fruit and vegetables are one of the main foundations of an healthy lifestyle. So this makes it just so much easier. The other product that I really use a lot are the shakes. As a person into fitness, I used to take whey protein, and I took it for years because it's just the most popular things that you find in a gym. So they tell you need protein and you need whey protein, and that's it. And I never really wondered what I was putting into my body. And it was pretty amazing, but in a bad sense, when I found out how actually whey protein can do more harm than good on your body. I was like, oh my God, what I've been taking for the past like 5 years. So protein shakes are great because they give you macronutrients in a quick way, but the problem is what kind of protein you're putting into your body. In this case, we are talking about plant-based protein. They are low processed and water washed, so it's the most natural kind of protein that you can assume that you can take in a shake. So they are way more available for I think the word is bioavailable, but it's still a difficult word in English for me. But I think so. It means that your body knows what that protein is, what that nutrient is, and it can use it without processing it like crazy. So you're not giving extra work to your body, and it will just be absorbed. Together with the protein, there are also low glycemic, help me here, index carbs, which means carbs with the low glycemic index help you keeping your sugar levels stable during the day. This for a busy person is amazing because it means you have more focus, you have more mind clarity, you have more willpower, and you can really face and go through your day with a different level of energy. And also they help you keeping a healthy weight or reaching a healthy weight. So here really in the shakes you have all the macronutrients you need, and in the capsules you have all the micronutrients you need. The macronutrients are like the fuel for your engine, for your body, while the phytonutrients are like the oil. You don't want to run out of any of those. You need the fuel and you need the oil, or otherwise your car is going to stop. It's going to stop sooner or later, and you don't want that because we have so much to do. So this is definitely such a convenient way to have the best nutrition, to give the best foundation to your body to work as its best. And this reflects in so many aspects of your health. It can reflect really in your level of energy, in your quality of sleep, in like inflammation problems, like I used to have migraines, in skin issues. It can reflect in so many aspects that we are not really considering because we think they are normal. So what I thought when I started taking the products is just that everybody out there should take them. And that's why also the company makes chewables for kids. Just think, like, so how many kids don't want to eat fruit and vegetables because they don't like them? Also, actually, also grown-ups and sometimes don't like them. But I think it's such a huge challenge for a mom to make sure that her kids have the right macronutrients and the right micronutrients, because kids don't like have a different taste, or they are in school, you don't know what they are eating in school, and in this way you all already know in the morning that they had their fruit and vegetables at the beginning of the day. It can happen, like anything can happen during the day, but you have that peace of mind, which I think it's just amazing for as a family. So that's actually how I also got into the business, because I was talking to everyone about this anyway, because I think it's such a great opportunity to support your health that it would be weird if I found something that's good to me and good to my family, because all my family is on Juice Plus, and you decide not to talk about it to people you love. It just doesn't make sense, because people you love or people you like, people you have around in your life, you want them to be at their best health. So if you find a solution for that, it would be really weird of you not to share it. And so that's how I started also the business. And I would like for Rebecca to tell us something about her experience with the business and also with the product, of course, because it's a whole thing, right? Hi, Rebecca.
Hi. Yeah, so I've been in the business and on the product since last October. So I said yes straight away to both the business and the products. To me, it just made sense to join the business at the same time because it just made sense, basically. I love the product so much that, I just wanted to join the business straight away. So the products for me, the main thing I've seen that they've helped me with is my energy levels. So I work in a job it's an outside sort of quite physically demanding job. I only work in a cat rescue centre, but trust me, it's quite physically demanding when you're lugging bags of litter about and stuff. So I was always quite tired, and I'm also quite into my fitness, and I like to go to the gym as much as I can and go running, that sort of thing. But I never really had much energy to actually do that because I was just always so tired. So since taking the products, my energy levels have just shot up. So I do quite a lot of circuits at the gym. That's kind of my favourite thing to do at the gym. And I used to do about 4 or 5 rounds on a good day for circuits. Now I'm doing, 7, 8, 9 rounds sometimes on a really good day, which is brilliant. So it means my fitness goals are just getting closer, because, I'd gone to the gym about a year before I started taking these products, and I was so frustrated. I felt like I was getting absolutely nowhere until I started taking these, and now I have the energy to get there. So it's absolutely brilliant. My skin's also better than it's ever been, like, ever, basically, in my life. Still get a couple of breakouts there and there, but no one's perfect, but like, my skin has never looked as good as it has been, and it makes you want to be healthier as well, taking the products. So it's just brilliant. So why I joined the business originally, like I said, it just made sense at the start for me. So when I first got messaged by Tasha, I was going through a pretty rough time in my life, basically, and work and kind of my own outside life, basically. And to me, the business was a great distraction for all of that going on in my life. I lived on my own for like 6 months, and to go to work and then go home, I was always feeling quite alone. Even though you've got people around you, it's different. And so this business, it got me back on track, and I was doing absolutely brilliantly. I loved it. I'd been in for a couple of months, and it was more the community what just kept me going. I love the products, but the community for me in the business is the main thing what I love. So a couple of months in, things got really, really bad again, basically, for me. And got to the point where I was starting to want to end my life, basically, which is where I got to my lowest point. And that's when I was staying in contact with my team even more. And they just simply message you on a day when you were feeling really low. Don't get me wrong, I still have bad days now. No, I'm getting there, but everyone has bad days. But even then, you just message your team, and they just bring you back up. And it's like tonight, for example, I'm on my own, but I know my team are there still if I need them, just to message. And this is why I like doing these calls as well, because you just connect with people, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I have everything to thank this business for. I don't think I'd be here without, I wouldn't be here without it, to be honest. But yes, so that's kind of why I'm in the business. The business itself, so we get asked quite a lot of questions about the business. One being, is it one of those pyramid structures? So I'll show you. My drawings aren't the best, but I can try. So this is the general structure of a business. You can kind of see that. So you've got the CEO at the top, and let's call the bottom guy, let's call him Jim. So if you take sort of like a supermarket, for example, so Jim is like a cashier, checkout person. No matter how much he works, he's never going to really get to the top of that structure. So no matter how many extra hours he does and how many years he is there, he might get promoted maybe to a store manager, but he's never really, I'm sorry, I could just see my cat in the background. He's never really going to get to the top of that structure. Someone who hasn't worked there might just come in and take that position. So yeah, so he's never going to get up there, basically. So the way ours is different, and actually pyramid structures are illegal, so we're definitely not one of those. It's been illegal since the 1970s. So our business, if I can find the picture, it's basically like an upside down triangle. So that's how ours looks. It's upside down, and we've got 7 levels within our business, the top being National Marketing Director. But you all start at the bottom, basically. So you all start as distributors, no matter what job you do. So cat care assistant like me, beautician, receptionist, anything. You start right at the bottom, and you can all get promoted and go through the levels, all get to the top. There's not a limit on the amount of spaces and the amount of people who can get to the top of there. And basically the way you get there is just basically building a team. The levels you get to just basically highlights how many people you've helped. So the more people you help, the more promotions, the higher you get up there, basically. And it's just all about helping people. So that's what you want, basically. I'm just going back to my notes. So the way in which it works, well, another question we get asked basically is, people say they don't know anyone, who can I help, sort of thing. We call it the popcorn effect. So I'm just trying to find the picture. It's a bit of a terrible picture, but so basically, if I use mine for example, so there's me at the top. I've got my mum down a bit, and then I've got my dad, I've got my sister, I've got a friend from Scotland, I've got my brother, my nieces, and it's all, it's just about talking to people basically. So you help people, and then when you start building a team, say for example my sister, she asks people at university and she starts growing her team, and then they ask their friends, and it basically is just a rolling effect. You help people and they help people. It means you can help more people basically. I hope that makes sense how I've explained it basically. That's how that works. So there's 4 things about this business. So basically with the products, you share your stories and you share how the products have helped you. You never sell. So basically you're coming from the heart. You're never selling, because we're not salespeople in this business. It's all about helping people reach their goals and find that, whether that be financial, fitness, health, that sort of thing. They're all on mail order, so the only stock you hold, like Sylvia was showing, that's all her stuff. You don't hold any of your customers' stock, so it's not like one of those where you have to box them up and ship them off. It's, you get your own online franchise basically. You put it in and it comes straight from, like, say, the warehouse and goes straight to the customer, so you don't hold any stock, so it's a lot of pressure off you basically. It's basically like you're recommending a good restaurant, for example. So you just, again, you're not selling, you're just recommending. So you'd say, oh, I went to so-and-so restaurant the other night, and say how good it is, and people get inspired, and that's how you basically spread the word about it. And you also find people like you, so you can start building a team with people who are similar to you. They're more inclined to see themselves in you, basically, more inclined to believe what you're saying, because obviously a lot of people can be quite skeptical, but if they see something in you what they can resonate with, then they're more likely to show that you're just there to help them basically. So I hope I've covered everything. Sylvia, if I've missed out, if you'll add that, but yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rebecca. I just want to add one thing to what you said. That is, every one of us has a different goal in their lives, have different dreams. Many times we don't know how to reach those dreams. So, for example, I was working in a company. I worked in a company for 7 years, in a makeup company. So I was working in the field I love, but I was working as a manager, as a trainer. I wasn't working as an artist. And what I wanted to do in my life is to be a freelance makeup artist. So to actually do my art, But the problem is art many times doesn't pay bills, or not all of them. So I kind of had something missing between where I was and where I wanted to be. And this business has definitely been the vehicle to me to go from my point, like from my starting point to where I wanted to get to be. So I think every one of us has a different goal, but this can be such an amazing vehicle to take you to your goal, whatever your goal is. Because, like, for me, as for Tasha is a model. This business is, first of all, something I love doing, because I love helping other people and going to bed every night knowing that I did something good for someone else and I made a difference for someone. And second, it's like, it's sustaining me, so it's supporting me while I purchase my dream that I couldn't do before, because I of course I wasn't financial free. I'm not still financial free, but I'm definitely getting there, and I have so many more chances to do what I love doing. I have so many more opportunities. So this can definitely be, if you love health and being, like, improving your health and living your life at its fullest, because it's what it is about. If your body is capable to do more things, you can live more. Not only longer, but you can live more every single day. But if you love helping others, I think this can be an amazing vehicle to get to where you want to be, wherever you want to get, wherever you want to be in your future. So I always like to say that There are people who, when they see a gift under the Christmas tree, some people just want to like rip it off and see what's inside, and that's definitely me. That's definitely how I am. Some people are just curious, and they start taking off the paper a little bit at a time to just have a look at what is inside, and that's perfectly fine too, because any one of us has a different timing. But the only thing you really don't want to do is to put that gift aside without even know what's in it, because you don't want to find yourself like wondering, what if I open that gift, if like really, if you have a goal in your life, whatever that goal is, do you have any option to get to your goal, to reach your goal? If you don't have options, as I didn't have, just ask yourself, if not this, then what? And if not now, then when? When you answer those two questions, you're on your way to reach your goal. Thank you so much, guys, for being online tonight. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for sharing your story with us.
That's okay.
Thank you, Anissa.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great to having you on the call. Thank you, guys, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.